here's Peter Nerona. He is the AG, and he was getting asked questions about there was reporting yesterday and today all over the internet about whether this one person who's at Brown was potentially a person of interest. Internet sleuths are trying to come up with names right now. And they've been asking at these pressers, is this person on your list? Have you looked into this? And watch this exchange here in SOT 6.
I think this is an area where caution is really necessary. There are lots of reasons why a page might be taken down, particularly if there's chatter out there about words that were spoken. It's easy to jump from someone saying words that were spoken to what those words are, to a particular name that reflects a motive targeting a particular person. That's a really dangerous road to go down. Really dangerous. If that name meant anything to this investigation, we would be out looking for that person. We would let you know we were looking for that person. You know, again, I think it's just a really dangerous road to go down.
He loves the dangerous road. I'm going to give you one more soundbite from this guy in SOT 7, because again, there are two other pieces in the news that they haven't confirmed. One is that the vice president of the College Republicans who was shot, Ella Cole, that she was targeted, Ella Cook, that she was targeted, which would, obviously people are asking in the wake of Charlie whether that she was the main target there. Many other people were shot, but that's a question. And secondly, there's a question about what the shooter yelled, because everyone in that classroom says he yelled something, but no one is telling us what he yelled. All these law enforcement types are saying is, we don't know. Like, people are unclear. And we heard from the TA who was there conducting the review class in advance of the exam with the students. He didn't understand what the guy had yelled, and that none of the students he spoke to understood what the guy had yelled. But there are some claiming it was Allahu Akbar. Totally unconfirmed at this point. That too would be relevant because it would imply a motive, quite obviously. And here was his, I think, reference to those issues in SOT 7.
There is no information that the investigative team has about motive. Zero. There's nothing about, even if taking at face value what one or two witnesses may have said about what something was said, okay, and there are many witnesses that say nothing was said, there's nothing about what we know was perhaps said that indicates any kind of motive that is related at all to ethnicity or political outlook or culture. There's nothing at all that we know right now about that. And I think that is a dangerous road to go down.
Okay, here's the problem, Matt Murphy. We don't believe him and we don't trust him. And these are all far left libs who have an agenda of their own. And I honestly don't believe this guy. Like, if some of those witnesses said that the guy yelled Allahu Akbar, I don't think he'd tell us. I don't trust him. He doesn't understand what he's doing. That seems clear to me. He's not on the same page as his mayor. The police chief, too, inspires no confidence. And can we just spend 2 seconds on the weird sign language lady? She's over the top. And she's like too needy of attention. Bring it in. Keep it small. Doesn't have to be so huge. You're not the star of the show. They constantly do this. Don't the hearing impaired have closed captions like everybody else? Why do you need this? Like, to me, it's a virtue signal. I'm telling you, it's like yet another reason people are watching this like, okay, I know who these people are. Go ahead, Matt.
No, you're exactly right. They're undermining the public's confidence in the integrity of this investigation. By the way, this reminds me of Fast Times at Ridgemont High with Mr. Hand and Jeff Spicoli. If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that mean this is our time? If witnesses heard him yell something, you don't get to get up and say there's zero evidence of motive. That, like, there is evidence. That's evidence that they heard something. Now, I'm a firm believer in the integrity of the investigation moving forward, not releasing information. I have no problem with any of that. But if they took all this stuff down to protect one guy and then they're leaking information about another guy that may be innocent, that's not fair. But then don't have a friggin' press conference, guys. If you can't release the information or address that in a competent way where you're going to undermine the integrity and the public's confidence in what you're doing, don't have the friggin' press conference or do a professional one like we saw with Nathan Hochman, where he came in, he announced the charges. They took like 3 questions. They didn't really answer anything. They stayed well within the lines, the ethical rules, and then it was done. You watch that and it's like, okay, that's a bunch of pros that know what they're doing, that are in charge, and I have confidence in where that investigation is going. This is Keystone cops. And again, I want to give the benefit of the doubt to them, but I watch these things and I can't. And you're right. In the land of COVID and iPhones, isn't there some way? And not a hack on anybody who's hearing impaired at all. But if there's a reporter in there that is hearing impaired, it makes perfect sense. But it is disturbing. It is distracting. You're trying to listen, and it's just it appears to me that this whole thing is amateur hour, and that is disturbing because you have a killer on the loose.
Wow, you guys are rough.
And they're telling Providence residents to send their little kids to school this week because there's no threat. They don't know that. The mayor keeps saying that there's a killer on the loose. We have no idea whether he has left Providence or whether the motive is to kill a bunch of young people. Like, there's zero chance I'd be sending my children to school in Providence, Rhode Island this week. It just, yet again, it's this like woke mayor who wants to pretend it's all rainbows and unicorns. Meanwhile, 2 people are dead and nearly 10 others are still fighting for their lives, Arthur.
No, I mean, what you just said about sending your kids to school and them saying there's no threat. I mean, I don't know how you could say that, right? You got a killer on the right who's going into schools and killing people, number one. Number two, I mean, to show you that, forget my objectivity, my dear friend who just retired as the chief of the NYPD, John Shell, he was the chief uniformed officer. He called me. He goes, I feel like I want to go up there and help them. He goes, these press conferences are train wrecks. He goes, there's no consistency. Nobody knows what they're saying and what they're doing. He goes, it's really, really bad. But he was saying it not to be critical, but like to be helpful. So I agree with you. One other term again, from Megyn Kelly, I'm learning a lot in this episode. Someone gave me a pin last week that just said, be kind. So I went to this holiday party and I wore it. And Diana in my office goes, what the hell is that? I go, I don't know. Someone gave it to me. She goes, that's virtue signaling. I go, what the hell is that?
Right on,
I go,
Diana.
what the hell does that mean? What is virtue signaling? It means like, oh, that means
what do you mean? How do you not know that term?
Like, you're kind, Arthur. So like,
it's the same as the liberal lawn sign. In this house, we believe in kindness, tolerance, none of which they actually believe. None.
I got it 2 doors down. I got the liberal lawn sign. And then next to them has a Trump
don't
bumper
put on
sticker.
a pin.
Next to them, their window has a Trump bumper sticker, and the other one has your sign. And I'm the one who's shoveling both of their sidewalks to keep the peace.
Don't put on a pin. Don't put on a pin with any message.
Okay.
It's just a bad idea. Just steer clear
All right, look,
of the
I got
pins.
no pins.
All right, I gotta go. There are a lot of politicians that should be getting coal in their stocking for Christmas, but Birch Gold thinks, as a smart planner, you deserve silver. That's why for every $5,000 you purchase between now and December 22nd, Birch Gold will send you an ounce of silver, which is up over 60% this year. See, smart people diversify and have a hedge. That's why you should consider Birch Gold. With the rate cuts from the Fed in 2026, the dollar could be worth less. And what happens if the AI bubble bursts? Consider letting Birch Gold Group help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. And for every $5,000 you buy, you will get an ounce of silver for you or your kids. Just text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility for this offer. Again, text MK to 989898 because Birch Gold's free silver with qualifying purchase promotion ends on December 22nd. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.